Hey, it's Fun Fact Friday. I wanted to share a Bible verse that is often misunderstood, sometimes misused. I myself misunderstood it for many years. So hopefully by the end of this, you guys are enlightened and super encouraged. So the Bible verse is in Revelation 3, verses 15 and 16. And it says, I know your works, and you are neither hot nor cold. And I wish you were one or the other, but you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold. And because of that, I will spit you out. So what a lot of people think God is saying here is that he prefers that you either be on fire for him or completely cold and disconnected from him. They almost teach it as a matter of respect. I've heard people say, listen, all this in and out of church, all this one day you're on fire and the next day you're not sure if you're in. One day you're repenting, the next day you sin. This struggle that you're in, this toiling that you have with your Christianity, that's not what God wants. He wants you to either be totally on fire and super righteous and holy, or completely cold and separated from him. So they teach that almost as a respect. And that's not what God is saying here in this passage. I'll explain it. So in this passage, God is speaking to the people of Laodicea. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you get my drift. And this city specifically was smack in between two other cities. The other city was a city that produced very hot springs, right? So now picture this. There's one city and there's water flowing into Laodicea that's very hot. Then there was another city on the other side of it that was producing very cold water. Now, when those two springs met, one very hot, one very cold, and it arrived in that city, Laodicea, it got warm. Now, here's the kicker. Here's what God is saying. Now, we know that hot water is very useful for cooking, for healing, for a lot of things. We know cold water is also very useful. It's refreshing. It's used to heal wounds. It's used to preserve things. Both are very useful. Lukewarm water is not useful. Now, to my coffee drinkers out there, you either get hot coffee or you get iced coffee. You never go into Starbucks or anywhere and say, yeah, I'll take a cup of room temperature coffee. It's gross, okay? So that's what God is saying. He said, I want you to be useful. So he's not saying I want you to either be on fire or disconnected. He's saying, I want you to be useful. There it is, people. So be useful, okay? Lupita, si alguien te da un café que no está ni caliente ni frío, ¿qué tú haces?
Ay, yo no sé por qué tú me haces esta pregunta, una pregunta estúpida. Porque si a mí alguien me da un café que no está ni caliente ni frío, lo escupo para afuera. ¡Qué falta de respeto! ¿Quién sirve un café así? Mira, ya no me hagas preguntas en estos videos de la Biblia y eso, que tú sabes que yo no estoy bien, ¿ok?